Hi, this is Zubin Vevaina from A to Z Graphology. This is the final video in the series of 6 videos which will help you to have another guideline on how to improve or enhance your signature. This topic is called letter represent. Means what are you actually writing in your signature and what it represents and how you want to represent yourself in the signature and how you can control what to show. This topic is extremely huge and I normally teach this aspect in my signature analysis courses. But here in short I'll explain to you how you can take an advantage of this concept. So let's take an example of a person named Will Tom Smith. Okay, so the person's name is Will Smith, his father's name is Tom, and his mother's name is Eden. So these are certain people or certain surnames which are going to be represented in the signature. If the person writes W. T. Smith or W. E. Smith, alright, what he is writing as an initial shows that he doesn't want to represent that aspect in its entirety. Means that in this signature he wants to highlight Smith, the surname, much more strongly compared to the other aspects of his name. So maybe he is more family oriented or occupation oriented. Why occupation? This part of the signature, which is the small letters in the signature, the last surname, the last letters after the first one. The first one is capital normally and the rest are small. The small letters represent occupation. Occupation means is what you are occupied with. Right now I am occupied with graphology or shooting this video. This is my occupation. Later on when I am eating my food, I am occupied with eating. Later on I'll be occupied by sleeping. So your occupation is what you do. It's not profession, it's just an occupation. So these two signatures are showing that the person wants to represent himself, his father, in a small way, just as a glance, but he wants to represent his family or profession, occupation, a bit stronger. Now, when he is writing the E letter, that time he wants to represent his mom's initial. What is good or bad for you, we don't know. Is this good? Just write his name, or should he write his mom's initials, father's initial? Should he write his name full and the rest of it in initials? Or can he just write WES? All these formations are having certain advantages depending on which stage of life you are in and what you want to represent in the signature. So just remember, there is no right or wrong way. It depends on your career, the responsibilities that you have, and generally what stage of life you are in. Let's take an example. Of course there are many, but example of a single and a married person. A single person only writing his name like this, it's fine. It shows that he wants to have some self-presence in the signature and he wants to represent himself in the strongest way possible in the signature. But this signature, Will or Will ES, where he's writing only his name, highlighting his name, is not really beneficial if you are in a situation of marriage. If you are in a situation of marriage, it's very recommended to include the surname or the last name of whatever you have. Even if it's just an initial or the father's initial or the husband's initial, the wife's initial, you choose what you want to represent. But alone, if you write only your name, whether you're a boy or a girl, after marriage, this signature may not be advantageous. It may make you feel that you still want to have more representation of self, and that may make you look selfish. Whether you are or not, we don't know. But if you look selfish, then people treat you in another manner. So this topic is very deep. It takes a couple of hours to explain the various combinations and permutations. Some people write overwrite certain aspects of their name. The surname letters are overwritten on the name. The initials of some are written over the words. So there are so many ways of overwriting. But just make sure that the best way is to give each letter its individual space, legibility, clarity, inclination, underline, no dots. All these concepts, if you keep in mind, they will help you to form a basically good signature. Of course, there are many more concepts that you can keep in mind, which I can personally make you understand if you can connect with me. If you'd like to get personal guidance on signature enhancement, I'll leave a link in the description below. You can connect with me personally. But these 6 videos which you've seen so far, I would highly recommend you to see them in order, so that when you're designing your signature, you can see it step by step, and your new design or your enhanced version of your signature can really empower you to represent yourself better. So thank you for watching these videos, and this is one of the many series that are going to come. We're going to go towards education, we're going to go towards business. There are different avenues of graphology that we need to explore. So stay tuned and see you in the next one. Thank you.